What's up, guys? So it's been a few days since my last video, but I've been a little bit under the weather, but I'm starting to feel better now, so I'm making videos again. So you guys have probably missed this because I haven't been updating you, but this 2003 G35 belongs to my friend, and it's got a lot of issues within the suspension and the chassis itself, and it's making the car pretty much impossible to get aligned properly. And then through the various accidents it's been in, there's some issues with the struts that aren't really repairable, such as snapped studs where the struts mount to the back of the chassis, so the strut is literally bouncing all over the place in the back of the wheel well. So we were gonna attempt to fix it, but when I got looking at the car, we realized how bad it actually was. So this 2004 G35 that I have back here that was gonna get 2J swapped is now getting VQ swapped, and it was a manual shell before, and now it's becoming an auto. But that's not a big deal because I already have my eye on what I'm putting the 2J in. It's going to be another G chassis. You guys will see it soon. Don't worry. It'll be a lot better too, so it's cool. So I'm basically doing this swap for my friend, and once this is done, I will be getting the other G chassis here and then starting on the 2J content. I wasn't really gonna make content on this very much because it's not exciting. It's just a VQ swap into a G chassis, so it's not anything special. But yeah, so today I'm going to be messing with the 240SX. I have the driver's side over fender that I have to trim down so it passes the door, and then I have a few other things to do to the car today. I'm going to pick up an exhaust with a resonator in it, just so I can have something temporarily mocked up while I wait to get the full setup that I want to put in here, which is going to end up being some sort of single exit. Not sure how I'm going to go about it, but I'll plan that out later. I have a buddy who fabricates, so we're going to take the car over to him, not today, but whenever he's not busy, and he's going to take all the pieces I have and make something that works and can be driven on the road. So today I'm going to be changing the oil in here, grabbing the mid pipe, fabbing up the exhaust, and then after I change the oil, I'll start the car up so you guys can hear what the exhaust sounds like with the resonator on it and without the car sounding like a tractor. So I'm going to get to all that, and I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Alright, so I got the garage mostly clean. I did the best I could do. There's a lot of stuff here that's going to be gone soon, like this transmission, this 4AGE, the transmission that's attached to it. I have a whole auto set up here for an MR2, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that, but I got to get it out of my way. But yeah, the 4AGE is going in the MR2 soon, and then yeah, so we'll have more room shortly. But I just got done messing with my windows, getting those to function properly. I'm still waiting for my buddy to hit me up so I can come get the mid pipe. So whenever he does that, I will take off from here. I'll go pick that up. So what I'm gonna do now is something I've been avoiding doing for weeks, which is trim my over fender for the driver's side. So when I mounted it, it was the first time I ever mounted an over fender, so you know, it came with some issues. So the fitment's actually fine. It's my own fault for not lining it up properly before I decided to drill holes in the chassis. So basically all I gotta do is take a Dremel and trim it back so it no longer crosses the threshold of the door trim. So that's all I gotta do. Probably have to touch it up with some paint after. Whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna pull that out, go grab the Dremel, and then see what I can do. That's a lot better. You can see the big white line where I trimmed it, but it no longer crosses the door line. So that's pretty good. It almost got like perfect fitment there too. Like maybe if I just came up here and trimmed this back a little tiny bit, but I honestly don't feel like doing all that because I really don't like working with fiberglass. But who knows, maybe it'll bother me enough, just come back in here and give it a little bit of a crack. But yeah, looks good now. Just gotta come in here with some touch up, get that black again, take this off, trim that up. That should be good. So that's cool. That's one thing down today. Been meaning to do that for a while now. So now it's done. Now it's out of the way. Now I just gotta get a grinding wheel and finish off the rear quarters. Alright, so I got the exhaust. I did not think that it was going to have the tips welded onto the end of it. I thought it would have a flange, but look at this terrible weld. Can you say exhaust leak? I'm gonna get a hammer and... So, even though I had my GoPro plugged in the whole time I was gone, apparently it didn't charge at all. So it died in the middle of me explaining to you what's going on here. So, the exhaust tips are welded onto the long tube, and there's a huge crack in the middle of the weld, but you can't use a dual exit on here because of the gas tank, so it needs to come off anyway. So I'm gonna grab my giant mallet, which I have right here, and I'm going to apply some pressure and see if I can snap off those tips, because even if I was to attach that resonated long tube to the Y pipe and get it on the bottom of there, it would still be 10 times better than the open test pipes. And then I can just have my buddy fix it up, re-weld a tip onto the end of it for me. So I'm gonna go over there, get that off, and then connect it all, because I really want to hear what this sounds like with a whole exhaust on it, minus tips. All done. I'll have to clean that up for Kyle there, because these are some terrible welds. Terrible. Alright, so now that I got the exhaust on, I heard where the leaks are. I'm going to tighten that up, but I'm going to also change the oil out of the car. I haven't done that yet. I probably should have done that a lot sooner, but it's okay. I'm going to drain it all out, and then I'm going to refill it, and then I'm going to start the car up and see how it sounds after I got the exhaust leaks figured out. So, I'm going to get to that right now, and then I'll see you in a minute. Alright, let's see how she sounds. So it's definitely an exhaust leak. Although, I think it might be coming from the headers. Like, I think where the headers attached to the test pipes is where the leak is, because as you can see there, when I hit the throttle, smoke puffed out of the driver's side. So I'm gonna guess that it's probably where it's leaking. Doesn't sound too bad though. She sounds pretty good. So, as you know, we will top off the oil when it's all settled down and cool. I got the over fender on here. Probably gonna pop these off tomorrow and come at it with the grinder wheel. Maybe later today. We'll see how far I want to go. But yeah. So that's gonna be it for today's video. And sorry, it's been a little while since the last one. But make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.